This is the only one of the 7 wonders of the world that has survived to this day. They call it the Great One, which seems quite fitting. The scale is truly breathtaking. It's 146 meters, 479 feet high. It consists of 2,300,000 stone blocks. Some of them weigh about 50 tons. The entire structure weighs about 6 million tons. It's like 16 Empire State Buildings combined. And all this was done by people who didn't know the wheel. For 38 centuries, it held the status of the tallest building on Earth. And it remains the most mysterious building, even now. There are so many mysteries, fantasies, and conjectures surrounding it, because it's very ancient. Even its inscriptions were deciphered almost by pure luck. Otherwise, there would be much more secrets and fantasies. This is the Pyramid of Cheops. It was built with amazing precision. The perimeter of its base, divided by twice its height, gives the number pi to the nearest thousandth. Try it yourself on a calculator. It's impressive. Definitely, this wasn't a coincidence, since the proportion would have been different if the ancient Egyptians had made the pyramid higher or lower by just a meter. And this was done by people so long ago that no one even heard of the village that would later become Rome. By the way, we greatly underestimate the pyramid's age due to our perception of the distant past. Take the last queen of Egypt, the legendary Cleopatra. She was born in 69 BC, that is 2,090 years ago, or 2091, whatever. We involuntarily perceive her as the same age as the pyramids. She was the Queen of Egypt after all. But the construction of the Great Pyramid ended around 2540 BC, and it started 20 years earlier. That is almost 2,500 years before Cleopatra was born. Just think about it. For Cleopatra, the Pyramid of Cheops was more ancient than Cleopatra herself for you and me. Doesn't this blow your mind? Therefore, we perceive many things about the Great Pyramid's internal structure as something bizarre and mysterious, precisely because we are so far from fully understanding how people of that era lived, thought, and what they were driven by. But somehow, we still need to satisfy our boundless curiosity. In this video, you'll find out what's inside and under the Egyptian pyramids. What unusual things were recently discovered there? Where are the priceless artifacts and the pharaoh's body? And so much more. What do the Egyptian pyramids hide inside and under them? How can you get inside the pyramid? Initially, there was only one entrance to the Great Pyramid, the one made by the builders. It's located on the north side, 7.9 meters, 25.92 feet east of the pyramid's center line. This distance is equal to 15 royal cubits. The Egyptian measurement system was based on the proportions of the human body. The cubit was the main measurement unit and was equal to the distance from the elbow to the fingertips. So the builders of the pyramids applied the common cubit, while the royal cubit was used to determine the size of the inner rooms with the pharaoh's coffin. But although this is the original entrance, another one is used more commonly, the so-called robber's tunnel. Such a strange name comes from the very nature of the passage. It was built no one knows when by robbers who ransacked the tombs for centuries. This happened thousands of years before Lara Croft. And scientists still haven't come to a consensus on when and who got so confused as to gouge a passage as long as 27 meters, 88.58 feet in solid masonry. The Robbers' Tunnel ends with a junction. There is a passage from the original entrance from above that goes down, and an ascending passage going up. So let's start our creepy walk with the ascending passage. Why creepy? Because as soon as you go in the aisle, it feels quite unpleasant. And it's not about the curse of the pharaohs or other mysticism. It's just that the passage is narrow, dark, and stuffy. The air is stale and heavy. In general, it wouldn't appeal to impressionable people and those who have even the slightest claustrophobia issues. Another junction lies 39.3